not a lot.
You're gonna be delighted, get excited.
Maybe, but not a lot.
You're gonna see a whole lot of magic. Look at this trick and that trick. And when he says it's not a lot, you'll agree it's such a lot. Meet the man who excels, old and young.
Hello there. Hello, my lovely jury. First of all, a big welcome to the show. I hope you're going to enjoy the magic, the mystery, and, of course, the speciality acts you're about to see tonight. But these people have been chosen by the BBC in all their wisdom from the depths of the audience to sit here and watch the tricks a little closer, more closely than you will, for example. Now, what's your name, sir?
Tony Kember.
Oh, Tony Kember. Where are you from, Tony Kember? You're talking posh, aren't you? Is that because you're on telly? Is it? Where are you from?
I'm from the Gloucester Hotel.
Oh. Quiet! You are not allowed to advertise on the television. Don't worry, it will be cut or renamed the Hilton. Now, and you're...
Paddy Moore.
Pardon?
Paddy Moore.
Paddy Moore. You don't look like a fella. Well, there you go, Paddy. Isn't it wonderful what they're dressing up in nowadays, sir? Where are you from?
Wiltshire.
Wiltshire. Wow. And what be you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm pleased to be a member of your jury.
Oh, grovel, grovel. You'll go well here. You'll go well. Look, this is a beaker, and this is what I meant about you watching very closely. You see, we've got two of these things, plastic beakers, all right? And we're going to nest them together like this and fit them together and then watch very closely, because this is the way a magician would go about getting himself a drink. He would go like this, and once he gives himself a big round of applause, guess what? Inside there, he suddenly would have, before your very eyes, a whole lot of red wine. It's a miracle. How do they do it in walk the earth? You almost got a drink there, didn't you? Now, we go over here to where the girls are moving in this bar. Now, on here we have something that has not been seen for quite some considerable time. You see, on here we have got a magic kettle. This magic kettle, what can I say? It is empty. Now, I know it's empty. All right, but what you can do with a magic kettle is produce any drink you want by just shouting up the spout, send up a whiskey. Now, if you send up a whiskey like that, and you will finish up with a whiskey poured from the magic kettle. It would be impressive if it was send up a gin. Gin. Do you drink gin? You do? Oh, all right then, gin and what?
Bitter lemon.
Gin and bitter lemon. I love women who drink the kind of drinks that I drink. There we are, gin and bitter lemon for the lady. Super. Who got the whiskey there? All right, Sid.
Very good.
It's very good, is it? I'm pleased to hear it. Yes, she's a bit doubtful about that. What's the matter?
Yes, it's original.
Of course it's original. It's super, isn't it? All right. And why should we restrict it? I mean, you paid just as much as they did to come in. So let's have some drinks from the audience. Any drink at all?
Martini!
Oh, send it. Posh one. Send up a martini, quick. All right, there we go. One martini coming in. Whoop. Oh, I've spilt it a little bit there. There we are. Don't know how you're going to get it up there, but send a carrier pigeon up or something like that. There we are. Then a martini on its way to you. Anybody else want a drink? Come on, have a coffee.
Champagne!
Oh, champagne. Oh, we got a... Oh, hang on. We've got the elegance in tonight. A champagne, all right? A champagne. There's a fella down here asking for a coffee. There we are. One... Was that you? A champagne. Just in case he's with a lady, let's give him a pink champagne. That would be nice, wouldn't it? There we are. A pink champagne. So there's a champagne and a pink champagne for the couple up there. And, of course, they may have their children with them, so there we are. Just in case, we will give them also one of these, a baby sham. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So there we are, a baby sham, and just in case it's a real baby, we'll just put in a dummy. There we are. So, any more for any more? Would you... A Harvey Wallbanger. I don't know who you've been out with, madam, at all, but, you know, he sounds delightful. Now, we just put that there. What's a Harvey Wallbanger? Do you know what a Harvey Wallbanger is? No idea. No, well, maybe if you could tell me. These, I'm just pouring liqueurs till I hear some more, because you've stopped shouting. It's important. Sweet cherry. A sweet sherry. Certainly. What have we got now? Coming up, one sweet sherry. Well, it's going to be sweeter than most. Ooh, there we go. That's nice. We've got a whole range. Have you noticed I keep licking my fingers? Rum and blackcurrant. It's too small for a rum and blackcurrant. Rum and blackcurrant coming up. There we are. One rum and blackcurrant. snowball. Snowball. What's this one, eh? Well, creme de menthe coming up. Now, it's nice, this. I like this, isn't it? It's a fun thing. You're looking boggled at this, aren't they? They're the nearest to Jack. Serve some to them and some up there, all right? And I tell you what we'll do. Look, would you come here, madam? We'll just take this out of there. We'll take this, and we'll come a little closer, because I'm sure you don't believe this, and I don't either. What's your name, madam?
I'm Dee.
You're who? Dee, nice to meet you, Dee. Hello, welcome to the show. Now, a lot of people think there's something wrong with the kettle, something wrong with me, something wrong with the glass. Would you like to just stick your little finger in there, clean the glass out, make sure it's all lovely and polished, beautifully clean? Could you do that for me? Yes. That's amazing. The way you did that, Dee. Do you do it all the time? Yeah? Oh, must be a barmaid. Right, now what we'll do, we'll pop that there, and all we do now is what would the lady like to drink? Cherry brandy? Okay, cherry. Send up a cherry brandy. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. Send up a cherry brandy, and away she goes. Out there she goes. There you go. One cherry brandy. I do hope you got the drink that you asked for, because you asked for the drink before I poured it while I was over here. What was the drink? Cherry brandy? Would you drink that? Would you taste it? Would you try it? And what have you got? Cherry brandy. And it's a magic kettle. There we are. Super. Right. Any more? Come on, I've got a lot of glasses left. Look, any other drinks? Come on now, any at all. How about a vodka and Russian? Anybody fancy a vodka and Russian? Why not? Okay, we're allowed to do a vodka and Russian, aren't we? Yes, of course we are. There we are, vodka, neat. Okay, excuse me, somebody wants a glass of milk? Certainly. Now, there you are, one lovely glass of milk coming up for the person that wanted the milk. There we are. That's as good a glass of milk as you're ever likely to get from anywhere at all. Super. Magic. Super, lady. Right, any more for any... somebody over there. What? Somebody up there wants a brandy. Okay, off you go, Oscar. Deliver the brandy. There we are. We have one or two calls for beer, so let's have beer. And why not have beer from the magic kettle? We can now send her... There we go. My lovely jury, would you like the kettle? That is all you need to make the drinks. You can keep the kettle, but what I haven't given you is the magic. Now, I know that you may not know what this is at home when you're sitting there. It looks like a bobbin for wool and things like that. But in the last century, this particular toy almost replaced tennis as a national sport. It is, in fact, called a diabolo. And on the show tonight, we have a man acknowledged king of the diabolos. From China, his name is Wong Mow Ting.
为了吃了，为了饭，昼夜都要忙。让这个了，让这个。哩啦，来喽，哩啦来喽，在地上的 我也看见我，好好。Olé! Olé! Olé! Lila, lelo. Really la 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 la. Tania la la. Le di da pa pa di pa pa pa. Di lo le lo. Di lo le lo la. Hào quá chân chân mình sẽ vào olé.
Money. Money is what the bunco booth is all about. The bunco booth is where we try to con one of our jury into losing some of the money that we give him to start with, so he doesn't really lose anything anyway. And we are going to give 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 pounds to... What's your name?
Clive Jackson.
Clive Jackson. And this is a paperclip that is holding 1, 2, 3, 4 playing cards. Now, the paperclip also serves another purpose. I lean the cards on it, you see. Now, this is, in fact, the 3-card trick with 4 cards. This card is the ace of clubs. It's the one you've got to keep your eye on. Do you understand that?
I do.
Oh, great. I kid you not. Look, we'll get rid of one of the blank cards. We'll put it there. All right? Now, this is the ace of clubs. It goes between the 2 blank cards, all right? Like that. Yeah?
Yes.
Right. Now, if I put 1 on the bottom, what is it?
It's the blank.
That's the blank. I don't know how you could possibly lose. It's nothing. It's a blank. Put another 1 on the bottom. What is it?
It's the ace.
The ice. Right? Absolutely. Funny way you say that. Right.
Ace.
No. Yes. Ace, yes. Much better. More upstanding side. Yes, right. Now we put another 1 on the bottom. What is it?
That was the blank.
That was the blank.
Yeah.
Great.
Did he blank?
Very good. Very good. Oh. It's so rare that you meet a Terry Wogan fan. Now, we just open this up like this. 1, 2, 3. Which one's the ace of clubs?
In the middle.
In the middle for £10. You see? £10 of mine to go with it. And you're wrong. These 3 are blank. This one is the ace of clubs. I don't... You can't fall off.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take that one next time.
You will you? No, maybe not. But look, there's the ace of clubs, right? Now look, if I put a blank card on the table like that, okay? Remembering, of course, that this is my money, you've lost this, okay? But you now know the rules. It's a very simple trick. I put the ace of clubs in the bottom like that between the 2 blank cards. Believe it?
Yes.
Yeah? Blank, blank, blank. Okay? Watch, I'll put them together that way on. How can you lose? Slowly and with feeling. Then I put 1 on the bottom, then I put 1 on the bottom, then I put 1 on the bottom. You see? And where's the ace been every time? Oh, on the table, yeah. Right, I'll put all mine on that one, you see, because as a matter of fact, over there is a blank card. These three are the aces up here. It's a shame you got to lose. It is a shame you've got to lose, but on the other hand, you do win the silliest prize. We could think of giving you a gigantic Christmas cracker. That's a silly prize. Let's have a nice round of applause for a super contestant. And now I want you at home to watch very carefully this next dance routine because it has an awful lot to do with the guest that follows it. So will you please welcome the Magic Set? Before that dance started, it has a lot to do with the act that follows it. It has, because this gentleman is a master of hand shadows. He's from India. He is Bablu Mallick.
Oh. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, now I am to present you profile from the famous political leader, Golda Meir. Richard Nixon. John F. Kennedy. Dr. Idi Amin Dada. Now I finish my act with Sir Winston Churchill.
This is a copy of an ancient Egyptian papyrus. And in ancient Egypt, the high priest used to have a necklace made up of several beads. Now, the beads were not merely for ornamentation. The beads were there so that when the priest handled them, he would remember the various ages that represent a man's life. For example, he would contemplate the first bead as conception. The second would be the actual birth of the man. This one, possibly childhood. Then adolescence. And as the person reached manhood, of course, marriage. Eventually, old age, and finally, the last bead of all, representing death. And the thing that the priest found the most amazing was the fact that each bead, representing each section of a man's life, was inevitably linked by the thing he could not understand, and that was the thread that we called life. And now I'd like you to meet a man who has spent a lifetime recreating the very big illusions indeed. Will you please welcome Jeffery Atkins. That's a super illusion. What you're about to see now is probably the most performed illusion ever on television. You will notice that behind me here we have several empty seats, and that is because the people from the jury have been taken up and sat around a cabinet. We also have a guest with us tonight who is going to time the time that it takes for this illusion to happen. And that's not the setting up or anything, but the actual illusion itself. And the gentleman is very used to timing a little bit longer than he's going to time tonight. He's used to hearing bells and things like that because he is, of course, the current king of the Grand Order of Water Rats and a tremendous personality. It's Henry Cooper. Pleasure to have you aboard, Henry.
Lovely to be here, Paul.
Oh, now, it's very simple. You press the green button when I say the number 3. You'll understand all this later. When you see the girl, you press the red button, and that's the time it takes to do the trick.
Okay.
Now, up here, we have the whole of the apparatus waiting for us, so we'll remove the jacket. And this is all I'm going to remove. Now, the box, which we will lift forward onto the board, therefore proving no one can come from that direction at all. The floor is solid, and, of course, the box is solid. And would you do me a favour, sir? What's your name? We haven't met so far.
Suresh.
Pardon?
Suresh.
Suresh. Yeah. Suresh. Yes, it's not English, is it? No.
It's not English.
No, where are you from?
Ilford.
Ilford? Of course you are, yes. Well, Suresh of Ilford, come a little closer, and you'll have a good bang of the sides and make sure, you know, that they're solid. And as you can see, they're all lined with green baize, you know. That's super. In there, you'll have seen this large plastic bag, of course, which you can see goes all the way to the bottom. And we have this funny thing here, OK? Right? Happy with that? Yeah. Now, there's a big, fine, strapping lad. You sit down, sir. Would you stood up? Stood up. Come a little nearer. Take your coat off, your jacket. And would you hand it to the lovely... In fact, put it on, the lovely Cher. All right? That's it. Now, as you put this jacket on, it is yours, obviously. It matches the rest of it. And now she's got your jacket, so whatever it is, sit down in it. And now this is a tube, a metal tube, through which we have placed a piece of rope. You can see the piece of rope goes all the way through the middle, and anything placed in there becomes trapped at this end. You cannot sort of pull all the way through because it'd snap your wrists, which doesn't worry me, but it worries you because it's your wrist that's going in there. What's happened to your hand? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I thought, by Jove, I've done another trick. Now, we put that, get it nice and tight, that's it. Could you just put your wrist there, all right? Now, you're happy with this, sir? Because you're sitting as close to it as possible, all right? While I'm tying this knot, would you do me a favour? Because you're going to sit round the back anyway. Would you just stood up, come round here, look inside, make sure there's nobody else inside there, and I'll just tie that into a tight knot. You got that tight, look? Good. And we just nice and tight, like that, all right? Now, would you like to stand inside the plastic bag, my love? It's not going to be easy for you, but there you go, you can do it. That's better. It's got rid of some of the loose. There we are. Another leg in. Now, this part of the programme now not only alters the original concept of the trick, but it also makes it very dangerous. And of all the tricks, I mean, there's a lot of dangerous tricks on this show, this is one that no one at home must ever try. Because a plastic bag, even in this open state, is very dangerous. And I want no children trying this trick. I don't want you to play with this kind of material at all, because it can suffocate you and it's not good for you. Right, we're going to gather that together like this, and having gathered it together, right, we just get that. Now we get some sellotape, and we're going to seal her inside the plastic bag. Oops, it'd be easy if we sort of stuck the sticky bit. Would you do me a favour, sir? You sat praying for somebody good to come on. Would you just come over here and just wrap that round there with me? Would you just wrap that round for me? That's there. That's there. Now, Cher is, of course, well into the plastic bag. Whoops! And she has slipped on her body. There we are. Would you sit down, sir? That's it. Now, just lower that down, and we close her inside the box. Having closed her inside the box, into which some silly fool forgot to put air holes, we have now got that to do that with. Now, I know that in olden days they used to put locks on here. We felt that this slowed up the end of the presentation. In order that this cannot be opened at all, you, the members of the jury, are going to be asked to help me. I'm going to ask you to just watch very carefully that, if you're on the front, that, all right? And you, because you're close to the back, goes down to a similar handle on the back, yes? And it comes out here, right? Do you understand that? I am now going to pass that across under the curtain where I want you to get hold of it, sir. You don't mind me calling you sir, do you? It's only in fun. And what we do is we just take this and you get hold of that. Now, pull it nice and tight. That's the idea. This will trap the lid in a downward direction. We're going to do the same thing at this end, and we just pass it up through there, over the top, like that, and down through the back end. Okay, would you be doing that for me? And just pass it off that way. And I'll take this because it suddenly occurred to me she's been in there a long time. If we just take this up there and that over there, and just pass it to him. And what I want you to do, fellas, is first of all, I want you to get it nice and tight so that you can see that it's tight. Your pulling holds it down. So what I want you to do is get it nice and tight and then put your foot on it, like that. Would you all do that, please? You all put your foot on it. That's very good. And this keeps it nice and low, but also very tight so that we can just put this over the top, like that. Having got that there, the box has been sealed. Cher is inside the box, and she is, of course, wearing your jacket. Whoops, sorry about that. She's wearing your jacket. Now, also, you'll hear some funny noises, and that's because this curtain is probably catching on my microphone. What I'm going to do now is ask you two fellas to work very hard. Henry, now's your big moment. I'm going to count to 3. When I say the number 3, do you understand this? When I say the number 3, I want you to hit the green button. Got it?
Gotcha.
When the girl appears, hit the red button. And you two fellas dive off and grab these curtains and pull them open. Do you understand that? Yeah? You do. It's important that you do. Because we're going to try and do it faster than it has ever been done before. I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to say 1, 2...
Well. We're going to come in.
Henry.
Well, I didn't have a chance to press any of the buttons.
No, it was over a bit quick. But you were super for coming along, and I'm sorry we did it so quick you didn't have anything to time. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Cooper, super guy. Leaves me. This your jacket? It really is your jacket. That's super. And, of course, the knots are all still tied. This means that I've got to get out of this lot and give you your jacket back. And while I'm doing that, I want you to watch an artist who has won an awful lot of awards for his act. In fact, he's won star prizes for a very exciting, very dangerous presentation. Will you please watch the Duo Brumbach? which is the only bit of German I happen to know. That is fantastic.
I understand very
Oh, you understand English? Oh, well, why did I bother? Look, I've been filming the act also while we have been making the television show, and I want a good shot, you know?
Yes,
so
of
the
course.
next, where do you stand for the next thing, and where should I stand to get the best view of it? I think this would be very good.
I do have a very good place for you.
Yes? Where's that?
Yes, stand back just a little further. All right, here, yes, that's good.
Here is good, and you'll be there.
The audience is there.
Oh, I can see. I will film the audience.
right
This is good. I've got you in the shot. That's very good. But you do not understand. I don't need shots this good. Marvellous act. And from thrills and excitement, there's something I'd like you to think about. Magicians are inevitably always using their own props, their little pieces of chicanery. Well, tonight you're about to see a trick that uses no props of mine at all. I'm merely going to stand and do it in full view. And what we've done is we've asked several members of the audience here to take loosen finger rings from their fingers, so that, and particularly finger rings that have none of those little joins in or holes in so you can bend them in and out. In other words, expensive ones. And I want you to just place your ring on there yourself. What's your name? Dawn Adams. Right. Now we've got a little finger ring. It's a signet ring we've got from Dawn Adams. And over here we have another lovely lady with a ring that's going to come off. Could we just take the ring off? Oh, that is a nice ring. What are you doing with it? You don't want to give it to me, do you? No. Well, there it is. This one is a small engagement type ring. Do you have a ring, sir, at all? Could I borrow the ring?
Certainly can.
Thank you very much. By Jove, yes. Well, if you're going to have a chunky ring, have a chunky ring. That's what I say. Two little wispy ones and a great big one. Now, this is where the cheating starts. I'm going to tip them into my hand. All right? Just pop the pen to one side for a little moment. What I've got to do now is actually a little bit difficult. I've got to try and rub the rings together. Yours is the problem one, of course. And I think we can now prove that, yes, I think so. If I can just demonstrate this to you. I'll come back to the middle so that most of our jury can see what has happened here. If we just do that, you should be able to see that all three rings are now linked one on top of the other. 1, 2, 3. This is important. Now, that in itself is fine, but we need some confirmation that I haven't used any of my own props at all. So would you just confirm, and I know that's Tony's, but I've forgotten which is yours. Is it yours? And that's yours. Yes. And you can see it is definitely right through the middle fiddle. Yes? Yes? Super. Thank you very much. You're very kind. Now we go over here, and I forgot to ask your name. What's your name, lovely lady?
Karen Morris.
Karen.
Karen.
Karen. That's a nice accent. Now, Karen, just to prove that I really don't use anything of mine at all, that is yours, isn't it? Yes, you're sure it is. Good. And we just put them on there, and I want you to be absolutely certain, where's that fellow gone, that yours is still there as well? It is. Now we come to the hardest bit. I'm going to try and rub your ring and Karen Martin. Where do you come from? Not the...
U.S.
U.S.?
U.S.
Is that a place, or are you describing me? Where?
Virginia.
Virginia. Ah, yes. And the joke's being cut. Now, what we do is just take that out of there like that, and we think, would you examine that very carefully and make sure that it is yours? I have got somewhere around here, I've got I've got this, which I want you to look at yourself, Karen, because I know you don't believe what's happening. Would you just take hold of that yourself? It's a little eyeglass, and watch very carefully as we just do this and take them apart. And if you just look, is that yours?
Yes.
Do have it back. And if you would finally just check that the last and final ring, I told you it would be a puzzle. It's a bit more than puzzle. It is magic.